Okay, here we go. On the horizon. Okay, things that are already done. Wait, do I have to like click them here? Or this is all the things that are already done. Okay, all the things that are already done. I added the carriers, smoke screens, mines, yada yada. Michelangelo, asymmetrical combat, three kingdoms, defender of the fatherland. Severomor's going to the shipyard in the upcoming patch. Oh yeah, operations in tier 9, 10, and super ships. Chet was actually asking me to take place some operations today in tier 10 just to see what it's like. We could maybe check it out. We'll see. Environmental sounds, yada yada yada. Plans for spring. Now this is the interesting one. Oh yeah, Fog of War. I wish Wargaming would copy the Brawl things, the Fog of War things, because I think it's really fun. Okay, new ships. Soviet BBs. The Admirals, huh? Standard accuracy, high salvo weight AP, but long reload time. Low visibility, good maneuverability and speed. High level protection against the HE, which probably means no superstructure and a lot of armor. And they got speed boost. But small number, low health pool, and big sit. We'll see how vulnerable that sit actually is, if it's anything like Kremlin's vulnerable broadside. Senyo is coming out, and Senyo, they talked about how Senyo is going to be in their salvage for victory thing, the same thing that Kitakami had. They're going to use that on the Senyo. We'll see how expensive they'll make it. Okay, and then they're adding the Soviet super submarine. Man, those are some words I wish I never had to say, but lower speed, higher underwater speed, better torps overall. Oh, and it's got speed boost. And then they're adding a German super submarine, U-796. Yeah, okay, that's just bugged. It doesn't show the right thing. Acoustic torpedoes have a long range, and alternative torps have high range and lower visibility. Yikes, 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 yikes. Both submarines will be distributed in a similar manner to the Senyo. Oh, wait, so they're going to do 3 different salvage for victories. Jesus. Kitakami, they're finally adding that. Wonder how different it's going to be from the Wargaming version. Full speed smoke sounds pretty similar, honestly. It sounds very similar. Distribution principle the same as Brisbane. The ship will be available in a set for special tokens. It can be obtained for free if you complete special event tasks. We'll note right away that they will not be easy. Oh shit, you can grind it on Russia. Huh. Okay, well that's very different than what Wargaming did. That's very different than what Wargaming did. They do warn that it's not going to be an easy grind, but it is grindable. God damn. Interesting. Is it going to be Puerto Rico free? Like, your next month will be grinding World Warships free? We'll see. But I mean, at least it's not... Puerto Rico couldn't even be grinded, though, for free. I remember there was something, it was, like, technically impossible, basically. Cosmonautics Day... Yeah, we've seen that. That's the same port that they used last time. It looks good. It's hilarious, of course. And Calimber, it like Scarlet Thunder will be modified. Okay. Lenin is coming back with the new camo. New map. Fall of 2023, we will begin testing the new map. Its final configuration is almost complete. It will be called Kamchatka. We've seen it. It was called Button earlier. We've seen like the test versions of it. It looked interesting in terms of design. It had like a lot of huge islands. I think it had the big circle in the middle, or how it worked. It was a weird looking map, and apparently that thing will be started testing, or will be coming out soon. End of the spring. End of spring. That's actually pretty soon then. Repair dock. A new activity. Yeah, this was the one where you have a broken ship in the port. You will be able to receive special material for a ship you're missing. Like if you're missing a premium, it will show up in the dock as a broken ship. And then you can grind, or I assume, well, both the types of materials can be obtained for various activities and purchase. You can both grind and purchase the materials needed to repair it. And then after it's repaired, you have it available. It will be available permanently and not temporarily, like for example the shipyard. Thus, once you start restoring the ship, you can complete it at any convenient time without fear of losing progress over time. That's pretty good. That's the same thing as gacha games do. So you can technically you can just eventually you will get a free premium from it. That's actually pretty. These are pretty good. This one and the Kitakami thing are actually really nice. Not that I like Kitakami as a ship, but I like as a design. That's surprisingly consumer friendly. Wolfpack. Oh, we played that when that was where they tested subs. It was so bad. That was when we knew subs were gonna be awful, like as a design, because this was like a tailor-made mode to showcase their submarine gameplay, and even in a tailor-made mode where you're hunting a convoy with your buddies, it was still an awful experience because the subs were so awful. Like the design was just so boring. Like you got bored in 5 minutes playing this, and that's when you knew that the submarine implementation was gonna be shit. I guess they just want to reuse it. Improved balance. This is a lot of changes. A number of ships that are currently not effective enough will receive enhancements. In particular, the range of airstrikes will be increased on a number of battleships whose range of use of these weapons is below standard. Ship modules, for example, air defense installations, secondary gun, main guns, and TA, can no longer be destroyed, only temporarily disabled. Bro. Bro. No more one Conqueror volley permanently knocking out all your anti-air. You hit one conk volley and you're down to 50% AA and no way to recover it. No more one random shell permanently knocking out your torpedo tubes and destroying them, and then you can no longer use your torpedoes. This is a incredible change. This is an incredible change. This is gonna make the game so much better. Objectively, this is such a great improvement. The Schliefken torp tubes, yeah, how often don't you lose those things? Jesus. The Turpits was the original one where you always lost the goddamn torp tubes. But I mean, even as a DD, it sucked. You pick a gunfight against another DD, even if you win or lose, if it permanently knocks your torps or something, you're just crippled for the rest of the match. It sucked. Visibility from ships and aircraft will no longer increase when there is a fire. Really? The visibility after a main gunshot in smoke will also be standardized. It will become the same for each class, regardless of the level of ships. Huh. In addition, increased visibility from aircraft after firing main gun will be removed. Okay. Wait. Holy shit. Okay. I thought that being on fire and having increased visibility was a good change, because it meant you had to use your DCP tactically to disengage. But so I think taking that away is a bit of a sad, because it dumbs down the game a bit. But not being plane spotted while shooting your guns is incredible, because you're going to be able to use terrain so much better now, because you can shoot from behind islands if a plane is flying past, and it's not going to like randomly spot you because you used your guns. Like, you're going to be able to do so many different... The gameplay is going to change so much because of this, because getting plane spotted randomly was such a pain in the ass. Huh. Okay, the AA change and this change, these are some heavy, indirect fucking carrier nerfs. I love to see it. The duration of other fire settings on aircraft carriers will be similar to those on battleships. The characteristics of the emergency team or of aircraft carriers will also be adjusted to the values of this equipment for battleships. This means Carriers are getting the same DCP as battleships. No more 1 minute DCP, no more 5-second fires. They're gonna burn just like battleships burn. And they only have a battleship DCP now. You're gonna be able to cook carriers again. They won't just become immune to fires if you set a fire. And even then, they won't take like an hour to burn them. I wonder which BBs. It might be national. Like if you're a American CV, you get American DCP. If you're a IGN CV, you get Japanese DCP. Bro, these are some heavy carrier changes. I mean, objectively, a lot of nerfs in here. You fucking love to see. They have standardized. We can burn them. I mean, oh, thank you, Derpy. Thank you, Timotheus. Thank you, Thrusting Motion. Anyone else I missed, I apologize. Thank you. Holy shit. CV is losing their demigod status, right? The firing range of secondary guns will be systematized. It will become uniform for ships of a certain level and nation, regardless of its class, with the exception of those ships whose range is currently higher than standard. Okay, so secondary ships will still remain as secondary ships. Everyone else get a standard. In practice, this change will only affect aircraft carriers, which will have an increased firing range of the auxiliary caliber. Okay, so CVs do get extra secondary range. In addition, the secondary gun, which a number of submarines have, will simply become a non-functional part of the model, and on a number of destroyers that have auxiliary caliber, it will work only as an air defense. This is probably to make sure you don't get spotted. I think this is to help the potatoes who don't know how to press P to turn off AA and secondaries. Did they say anything about the percentage of burning protect? I assumed standard. The duration and other fire settings will be similar to those on battleships. So it's going to be just the same as battleships. Other fire settings. So that means also the percentage tick. So you burn much slower than now, yes. But on the other hand, you don't have 1 minute of immunity, and also with a flag, carriers burn for 4 seconds, which was fucking demented. So you like one fire on a CV did 4% damage. So in order to actually kill a CV, the amount of fires you needed, well, more than 20 fires to kill a CV. It's fucking stupid. The mechanics of the alternative firing mode, series of salvos on a number of ships, will also change. It will be similar to the drum mechanics of World of Tanks. Yeah, they're doing the autoloader thing. Currently in the alternative shooting modes, all volleys are fired immediately in automatic mode, which in certain game situations is not very convenient and can lead to a miss if, for an example, you do not move the sight correctly while shooting. I mean, so fucking what? With the change, the player will be able to control a series of volleys of their guns and choose the most appropriate moment to fire. Yeah, I mean, technically though, you'll still only shoot 3 volleys and then you're forced to reload. So, I don't know. I don't know how much I like this. I liked volleys being pretty punishing because they're so strong. I feel like some of these are like, you guys are pretty shit. Here's ways to make you less shit. We'll continue to work on improving the visual and audio components of the game. In the spring, main battery sounds for guns with a caliber of 150 to 300 millimeters will be updated. They will sound better and more realistic. I believe it when I hear it. Highly detailed textures will be added to the Archipelago and Sleeping Giant maps. And they're going to use the volumetric clouds technology, which they showed. Yeah, we've seen that. Interesting. It will allow us to make the appearance of maps and ports more picturesque. Yeah, we've checked this. This looks very nice. This looks very nice. The changes. Fuck off. Yeah. Very cool, Link. Go away. I like this change. We've seen it though before, but this is kind of just this is just Lesta flexing on having an art department. Oh yeah, we should have checked the competition thing. I like the new look of the storms though. I'm really hoping Wargaming will copy or like copy some of these things for the storms because this looks so much better than the storms we have on EU. The storms on EU look really fucking bad. The storms on EU look giga fucking bad, so I hope that will be copied. Oh yeah, what was that about the competition? You're right. Mm. We saw the vids on it. It looked super interesting. The competition consists of several rounds, which graduates will compete with each other in one of the disciplines. At the end of each round, the graduate with the lowest score must leave the competition. In the last round, the 2 strongest graduates of the academy will compete, who will compete for gold and silver. Dude, that thing looked so cool though. For those who missed it, wait, let's mute this. It's where is it? Was it here? Not here. Here, yeah. This shit looks so good. This shit, like, I don't know what kind of system they have here, but it's obviously you're like in an area, and I guess you have to survive for X amount of time or something. Like, or you have to try to shoot someone target. Like, you can't even move. You saw that you couldn't even move. It's like target practice. You have to try to deal damage to different targets. In this game mode, it looks like you have to try to survive as long as possible. Like, there's different game modes, different arcade game modes that they've added. Then there was the one where it looks like you have to try to survive against torps for as long as possible. Yeah, they can't even move, I think. They're just stationary. And this is them just trying to survive. And this looks like some sort of torpedo jousting thing. I assume you have to get from point A to point B or something, and while dodging torps on the way. This looks really cool. This looks really interesting. That actually looks really interesting. I hope Wargaming will copy something similar and implement it. But overall, a lot of interesting things. Well, I feel like a lot of interesting things, including carriers no longer permanently losing your ship, carriers being able to burn, on top of the fact that they're adding minimap spotting only on Russia. Like, a lot of the changes Lesta are doing a lot. There's a lot of demented stuff. Let's not ignore the fact they're adding super subs, which is what the fuck. But there are a lot of really interesting things they're adding. This is only the first part, right? There's part 2 coming as well. There's a part 2 coming as well. I like that they're willing to experiment, though. I like that they're willing to try.